So I'm sat in the field with the guys from
Piston.
Piston.
My name's Luke.
My name's Brad.
Iggy.
Jack.
And what do all you guys play in the band and such like?
Well, I'm Luke and I play rhythm guitar.
I'm the drums, Brad.
Bass player, Iggy.
Guitar, Jack.
Awesome. So, how do you guys come to be Piston?
Oh, we've been pissed on before.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, that was another festival, mate. That was another festival.
Go on then.
Okay. Me and Brad started playing when we was 15, 16 in heavy metal bands, and about 18, 19 met Jack and Iggy, and yeah, we've been going from there, but early 20s, and now we've come to how we are now.
Sweet.
Well,
Yeah. We literally we started out, and me, Iggy, and Luke used to be in this band, and all we used to be bothered about was just going to different gigs, getting absolutely wrecked,
Drinking and shagging.
yeah, and that's all we started for. Because when you're not in
drinking in reality.
Because when you're not into sports, you have to be good at something else. So we decided, right, okay, how do you get birds? Right, okay, you play an instrument. That's how you do it. And Jack came to one of our gigs one night, and he turned up, and he wanted in the band.
You thought we were amazing.
And then we had one of our guitarist, Lardy. He left for reasons. And was it ex-girlfriends?
Kids, ex-girlfriends, yeah.
Ex-girlfriends put on stage and taking their clothes off.
Yeah. Like it.
And then we got with Jack, and then if it weren't for Jack, we wouldn't be here, because Jack's the organised one.
So did Jack come because he liked the music, or because you were pulling some good birds at the time?
A bit of both.
He came, but he
lifestyle, didn't he?
Yeah, he saw it. He thought we were amazing, but really we were skint and just like putting on a front.
Yeah.
But no, he's the one who's propelled the band into what it is today. We played Ramblin' Man last weekend, which is amazing. We played the Rock and Blues Festival today on the main stage, and it's all because of Jack, really, because he's the guy who's got his head screwed on, and you need one person with the head screwed on, because all of us have not got our head screwed on.
You're a bit Wesel Gomez, you kind of sound like
Yeah. Head's gone. Head's gone. I mean, that's pretty much how it came to be.
Yeah.
And then since then we had another singer called Steve originally. That sort of fizzled out with us. And then we put out for a new lead singer, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then Rob came and auditioned, and he's been fantastic and a nightmare all at the same time. So yeah, brilliant, proper singer.
Sweet. Any particular songs that you love doing most in front of all these people, and why?
Proud Mary.
Yeah, even though it's a cover.
Yeah.
We
Get
love
bored
playing.
of it when we're practicing.
Speak for yourself.
I do. I get bored of it.
I always want to skip that one.
When we play, it's class.
Yeah, we do our own little version of Proud Mary, and it always goes down a tree. But if not, it's probably Rainmaker. I like to play like that.
Rainmaker's my favourite. And One More Day.
One More Day.
Yeah. But I'm really enjoying Go Now. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. That's coming off the album. That's one of the other tracks on the album that we played today. That's a great song as well, and I've really been enjoying playing that lately. So it's weird how your favourites kind of change as you play.
Yeah. Got you. I just realised that I'm sat with Piston. I've got a feel I'm going to get pissed on any time.
Yeah. Well, it's fitting, isn't it?
It's very fitting, very apt.
Very apt. Yes.
Yeah. So, what were your favourite parts of this show today, and how did you get on this gig? But was it just, did they contact you, or did you contact them? Or
We played last year in the Outlaws tent. I mean, how did they approach you, Jack? They just messaged us this year and said,
It was actually our singer Rob that did this one.
And he's nowhere to be seen now.
And he's nowhere to be seen. But so we played for them last year on the acoustic stage in the acoustic tent, and then we played for them as well in the evening, and then we got invited back for this year on the main stage to open up. We obviously left a good impression.
Yeah.
My favourite bit of the show though is when there's a very important part in Proud Mary, and I went to hit the cymbal, and the stick flew back and hit me in the face, and the stick fell all over the drum kit, and instead of just going for another stick, I chased the drumstick with my right hand, And I think that when you watch any videos back, that will noticeably come across. So I'm very sorry for that, but I thought it was brilliant at the same time.
Well, it's the those things that you can't make up and you can't practice. It just happens, doesn't it?
No. There's a website called Hold My Beer, and I think you should go on that. And it's basically like, hold my beer whilst Brad throws his drumstick in his own face and throws it all over the drum kit.
Festivals or any show, but especially festivals, are one of those experiences where you can prepare as much as you can. But sometimes being outside and there's certain elements that you just can't prepare for. Yeah. Humidity changes, tuning changes. The humidity affects the tuning, and you have all sorts of things that really come into play. Sound. Sound for the beat. There's a lot of things that come into play, and they're not in your control. Yeah, and they're not in your control.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
So, putting the album together originally, how did that come to be, and what were your best parts in the studio and awkward parts and?
We've had a few funny times in the studio, haven't we? Because we recorded an album already and then scrapped it. So you can only imagine how expensive that is. Because we did this album with these guys, and we had a real good time with it. It was real fun, but it was like, 11 guitar tracks, all this stuff, and then we give it to the powers that be.
Yeah.
I said, what do you think of this? And they were like, it's alright. And we were like, we was expecting a little bit more than that, so we scrapped the entire album and started again.
I think it was just majorly unexperienced in the studio. We didn't really have any time before that spending a lot of time in the studio. It was just singles, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So when we spent that long in the studio and actually sat back and looked at the songs rather than thinking about it ourselves, like if we wanted to show off as a song, as a collective, it came across a lot better. So this album's a lot better than the last. Yeah.
Sweet.
And the people like the album. Honestly, a lot of work has gone to it, and every song sounds different. I think. It doesn't just sound like an album. Like you can tell we're the same band, but you can tell that each different person's had their influence on the different songs on the album, for sure.
When you listen to it, it feels like you haven't listened to it for a long time. But because the tracks are so good. Well, in my opinion, I've made it nice, but it's because the tracks are so good. The time just flies when you listen to it. It's a fucking great album.
Yeah, that album should be. Yeah. It's dragging like it's awful prog album. It's not good.
Yeah, and to be fair, the album has been very much recorded live.
Yeah.
So each snare hit on the drums is as I've hit it. They've not been like pulled up to make it sound like everything's the same. It's very very much recorded live. There's tempo changes in it. There was no click track. It's very much even though it was recorded very much in a studio, it was recorded very much raw.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool because there's so many albums now that are very polished, and it's not a true reflection. The album's live. The album's very much us playing. I mean, literally us in a room playing.
Yeah.
Because we got this producer in called Dan Swift, and he just went, you know what? Let's because he actually said to us, he said, the whole click track thing, the whole timing thing is like a bit of a myth put in place by producers, because it makes it a lot easier to edit if it's all bang on the money, but then you lose the liveliness, because the last album we did, that was all recorded strictly to a track, and we'd hear the songs back and you're like, God, that sounds really slow.
All day tracking drums or tracking bass, and you'd be like, fuck, I'm so bored of playing the same thing.
And then you hear the finished product back and you're thinking, God, that's not how it sounds. That's not right. And whereas Dan, he took us in, he went like, no, he goes, we want you guys to play, we want it to sound good, we want it to sound live. And the thing is, you don't want your album to sound better than you are live. I don't think. You want your album to be good. You want the songs to be noticed. But when they come and see you live, that's when you want people to be like, you know what, the album was great, but you've got to go and see him live.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
It's like we see a band like Bad Touch. That's the same.
Yeah.
They're a great band.
Yeah.
We get on well with those
really
guys.
Good, they're really good guys.
We did a gig with them in France, didn't we? Bully.
Yeah.
Yeah, we scared the bass player. We started having a scrap, me and the bass player. Our bass player again. and he ran off, and that was the last time I've seen him. I haven't seen him since, so I hope he's all right. I hope he got home safe.
They're a great band. They're so Stevie, their lead singer, is one of the coolest guys going.
He is, yeah.
And his hair's phenomenal.
And that moustache.
Yeah, and he's just
So much hair, man, and he's not receding anywhere.
know.
How can
I know.
How can you have that much hair and stuff? Just
because you're receding, Jack.
I know, but it's
As you can see, Iggy, our bass player, he
had hair like that.
he had long. He did have long hair.
Once upon a time, yeah.
Yeah.
Swung it off when he's playing bass live.
When did you stop living the dream? About 2016, was it? Was it?
Oh yeah, sweet. So, what things are you looking forward to from now on?
Well,
from here on.
we've got the album being released in September 13th.
We need to come down from. We need to come down from. I mean, after we played Rambling Man last week, and that was the best thing we've ever done.
Yeah.
Ever. We had such a fantastic day. Like all together, we had such a good day, and we still haven't come down from that yet.
Yeah.
So like we came to this today, and this has been awesome. But it's like we haven't had time to get over Rambling Man yet. You know what I mean? Just give us one thing at a time, because it really was. It was just amazing. I was so proud of all of us, and the fact that like Luke said earlier, we started playing when we were 14.
Yeah.
And the way we met was we had a geography book, and we started scrapping over this geography book. And then we started playing guitar and drums together, and then further down the line, you're doing something like Rambling Man together, and you're still solid. But looking forward to I'm looking forward to the tour.
I'm looking forward to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's going to be really good. A load of rubbish. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very hard to be in a band and not have a job as well. Isn't it?
Oh well, we're all full timers. Do you know what I mean?
A lot of people think that like you're in a band, and they think that.
Straight away, you're Led Zeppelin, don't they?
Yeah, they think that you're making loads of money, and you know, like all the sort of like free T-shirts, free tickets, and people ask for, and you're like, oh,
blowjobs. Is it just tail, champagne, and blowjobs?
and you have to kind of be like, I'd love to give everyone free tickets and free things, but all the money we earn, everything we earn from the band is it goes straight back into the band to keep us going what we need to do. I mean, we've invested so much of our own money into it, and we will never ever break even on that. I don't think, like stupid amounts of money.
It's not about the money.
And it's not about the money at all. But it's just like everything we earn, everyone that supports us, it just goes back into our band, so we can keep the thing going.
Yeah.
And it's tough, man, but it's great.
Yeah. Well, it's a love, it's an interest, it's just a passion, isn't it? It's what you're about.
If you're passionate about a hobby, you put your money into it. If you was into bike racing, you'd put the same money into that.
Yeah.
Because that's expensive, or car racing. Or
God, yeah.
I don't think there's many bands really that are that have been going as long as we. Well, there's obviously bands that have been going years.
Saxon have.
But when I'm talking about bands that, young bands,
Yeah. From when you that grassroots young kid level and went up there and
exactly.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of bands kind of fall really, and we're one of the bands that have really lasted.
Yeah, you do get a lot of people at the gigs sometimes, like your old mates that have been in bands previously when you were doing the circuit when you were younger. They'll go to you, they come and see the gig, and they come to you afterwards and they say, "That was awesome," and you're like, "I just wish I'd stuck at it," and you're like, "Well, you should have."
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
we got played on Planet Rock the other day, and it was the first time I heard the song. I was driving home from work, and it was on Wyatt's show, and he goes, "I remember interviewing these lads 6 years ago." I was like, "Fucking hell, yeah!" It would have been a route when we first started. Yeah, remember that gig? Yeah. Oh, you weren't there. You weren't there.
No, I was in LA. I watched it. I watched it from LA.
Yeah, we had a standing drummer, and Brad watched it live.
Yeah.
On a live stream,
But Wyatt mentioned it.
Yeah, he said it was shit.
He says anyone that thinks these are new, they've been around years,
Yeah.
Because fair play to him.
But we haven't really had like a big release till like these last couple of singles. Really, we've not pushed anything like we have now.
I think when we was younger, we released "Leave If You Dare," and then we sort of expected people to come to us. Yeah. And take us on board, and it never happened.
Learning curve.
And then the radio's like, well, have you got another single? Because Leave It If You Dare's done really well.
We can't afford one because we're all apprentices then.
Yeah, we ain't got one. So it sort of died a death then. It fizzled out a bit.
Yeah.
And then
Somebody open the trapdoor. Oh, bloody hell.
So now we've decided to just pump what we can into it. Every spare quid.
It's worth it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's really paid off. And you know what? Like, and it's only probably this year that we've all just become like, because we all understand each other. we all understand each other.
So what's one of the worst things about playing in the field?
The grass.
The grass.
Yeah. Cows.
The grass.
They're here. Who's listening to this? I don't know.
No, but yeah, we've.
There's still a few cows in there.
To be fair, it's only the last 12 months that we've all really got on.
Yeah, we all hated each other.
Should have gone well.
That's why we had that big knock in France. Settle the scores.
Just a little knock.
Clear the air. It's like a thunderstorm, thunderstorm to get rid of the humidity.
Yeah.
That's what we had.
Well, we're just about to get pissed off.
We are. Which is perfect, really. Yeah. Any more cool spile type moments you'd like to throw in? There must be quite.
and he snapped a string.
Oh, yeah, I've had a great day. I have had a great day.
Iggy did something at his house once at the window that involved his front end and his rear end, but we don't talk about it.
Yeah, both ends. Yeah.
That wasn't anything to do with the gig.
No.
It always happens. That's the best of us, that shit.
Oh yeah, shit's the apt word. But the thing is, he managed to do one outside the house and one in the house.
His own house.
He'll clean that up then.
And then
His girlfriend.
He bollocks his kid the next day when he did it.
Oh yeah.
You do as I say, not as I do.
Oh god.
I went to Holland and they did an orange boom.
What colour was that?
I don't know what colour it was, but it was 12 and a half or 15 or something like that.
Oh shit. No.
Ridiculous.
No, that's Ben Brown and Piston.
Yeah, that's both. Let's just go with
No, that's called Orange Boom Stroke. But yeah,
This is no brown stuff.
no, brown stuff. We don't want any more brown stuff.
Listen to the album.
You do something once, you never live it down with him. Never forgets.
Never forget. Ever forget.
And when he's had a few beers and you just can't one-up him. And then people that just got like a razor tongue, like, and you just can't one-up. He just thinks his mouth goes faster than his brain.
Yeah.
So like you just think you can get one up in him, and you're like, motherfucker.
Exactly.
I'm never involved in any of them. I just
calls it and runs off.
I orchestrate it.
There you go. Proudest moment so far, apart from Rambling Man, and before we get pissed on again. Well,
Yeah.
we're not getting pissed on.
The album release.
Yeah.
Everything that's came with the album release has been amazing.
Probably hitting myself in the face with a drumstick today.
Yeah.
I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah.
Iggy.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Germany, they love it there.
Yeah.
They love it there. There's a proper rock scene in there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool.
That'll be
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's it like having Peter Noble as your PR man? I've got to put Peter in the interview.
Oh,
haven't I?
we love Peter. He's amazing. We're all scared of him, but we all love him. He's brilliant.
Strong beard.
He's a strong beard.
Yeah.
Fantastic colour beard.
Muscles like him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But
yes.
Would you want to confront that guy and tell him, look, Peter, I know what you asked me to do, but I haven't done it. It doesn't happen.
Does not happen. It's like
He's one of the very few people in the music industry, and we'll all agree, that has told us, this is what I'm going to do for you.
And he does it.
Peter's promised us stuff,
he's getting
and he's delivered every time.
Yeah.
There's that many people, like in the past, that have said, "Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do this." We got told by one guy to record this album, and then this guy, once we recorded the album for him, he just disappeared off the face of the planet.
Wow.
No good. You know what I mean? And we were like, "You told us to do this," and then he just went, and he just disappeared. And we were like, "Oh, what do we do now?" And then, but Peter is the only person yet who's told us what he's going to give us for what he's going to, whatever, and he's delivered every time, and we cannot fault him, and we love him, and he's just awesome.
He's fiercely loyal.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
He will not take no for it. He's the Peter Grant of like the press agent world, and I wouldn't want to work with anyone else. He's fantastic. It's very difficult to find someone that, even though he does look after other bands as well.
Yeah.
It's very, very difficult to find somebody that really you know, so you work with other press agents or whoever it may be, you'll get one email a day for that. Peter, he will ring you 3-4 times a day to make sure everything's done, and he's just fierce in his job, and it's amazing, you know. And even though we've done everything we can as a band to really make our craft the best that it can be, he also needs to take a lot of credit for how he has launched his band as well. So he's amazing.
Well, it's good because what I said when I was watching you guys, I said, I text Peter and said, like, I'm watching Piston right now, and I was really impressed, like. He says, right, grab them after, tell them I said to you, they're going to have a chat with him.
Yeah.
So,
He literally,
there we are.
He literally just rang me like 10 minutes ago saying, have you done your interview yet? I was like, no, we're about to do it now. I was like, okay, leave to it, bye.
we kept famous last words, God forbid, before we close it on. I'll close it up, should I say, no.
Famous last words? I haven't
That's not a dying thing, by the way.
I don't have that handed to me.
Famous last words. Always look on the bright side of life. Yeah, listen to the album, let us know what you think, come and see us on tour, keep supporting us. You've got us this far so far, and it's been amazing, and you're all awesome, and thanks Peter.
If you come to a show, hang around afterwards, we'll have a laugh.
And everything's on www.pistonuk.com.
Basically, buy the album, go and see you guys on tour.
Yes.
PistonUK.com.
Thanks Glenn.
And we all love Peter as well.
Oh, we all love Peter.
Peter's all right.
That's been great, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, mate. Thank
No
you.
problem, man.